All right. Well, I'm Jeff Reimer, working uh, for the firm Jeffrey D. Reimer, CPA, over in southeastern Minnesota in Rochester, city of Rochester, about an hour and a half southeast of Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Cool. So I said Reamer, which probably do a lot of people do, but it's Reimer.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, there you go, Jeff Reimer. Okay, so let me ask you some questions, Jeff. What things are difficult right now in running your own firm?
The difficult things that I find in running my firm, and it's been um, part time. It's been 10 years, but full time. It's been the last like 4 going on 5. Um, Juggling all the responsibilities,
Yeah.
from being the entrepreneur and setting vision to managing the day-to-day tasks to actually doing the tasks, the technical work.
Yeah.
Um, and so, finding the right balance and keeping all of that going.
Yeah.
Um, Often it feels like I'm dropping things
Yeah.
or things are sliding by and I'm, you know, running as fast as I can to keep up with the projects that are in front of me.
Yeah.
Um, so that's one area, and another area that I find difficult is finding the right kind of growth.
Hmm.
Um, you know, as um, as I grow, there's a certain amount of work that comes in that, you know, early on in my practice, I took everything that came
Yeah.
because I needed to pay the bills. Um, and that mentality is still stuck with me, and I have to be very careful with that. And so, making sure that I'm spending time on the quality clients that I can serve best.
Yeah.
Um, I guess those are 2 areas that.
Yeah. Those. I'm sure those. We all share those. That's. I guess you get in a mindset, a rut of doing some things a certain way. It's hard to break free to be strategic and intentional in your behavior, I guess. So,
Right, right.
well, how would you encourage others that are running and growing their own firms?
I think taking the time to do the planning, spending time thinking strategically is important. I just when I first started, I use just business plan idea, and what was encouraged to me was to keep it a living document, so it wasn't just something that I did, stuck it on the shelf, forgot about it, but I revisited it at least once a year, where I was looking at the goals I had set and seeing if I reached them, and you know either too lenient on myself or too small thinking or too grandiose,
Yeah.
and then kind of think about why that was the case.
Yeah.
So again, setting those goals and reviewing them
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Making
on a
the
regular
the doc,
basis.
making the document living. That's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I like that.
Uh,
Well, what does the future hold for your firm?
I wish I could see
Yeah. Me too.
the, the future, but I think I'm really in a mode of trying to get effective systems in place that allow me to serve my clients best. Um, and so I try to leverage technology um, to serve my clients. I think the other piece is, I have a somewhat of a global presence, not much on the business side, but especially on the individual side. I
Hmm.
serve several dozen clients in other countries,
Wow.
as well as throughout the United States.
Cool.
Um, and so, I really like the virtual aspect, and I took my business at the beginning and said, I want to make this a virtual office, working out of my home, and I can serve my clients effectively that way. I have a meeting space, and I meet with clients in my home.
Cool.
But I can really go anywhere, whether it's a coffee shop or on Skype
Yeah.
or some other means to meet with my clients and still do a great job in serving them. So I think taking that to the next level
Hmm.
um, and really keeping those contacts and using technology.
Yeah. Well, cool. Okay. So last question: how do you use technology to serve your customers? Maybe a couple of products you use, maybe online or something.
Sure. I like things to be easy, and I like to access it wherever I am. So whether I'm on in my office or on the road or on vacation, being a sole proprietor or a sole practitioner with an employee, but I need access whether I'm on vacation or not, wherever I am. So I use a lot of online tools. So Intuit Online Payroll I use for all my payroll processing. I'm using Bill.com for several of my clients in processing invoice and paying bills and just having a document storage system.
Cool. Yep.
Syncing that up with QuickBooks. I'm still on the QuickBooks desktop, but I'm on a remote desktop.
Yeah.
And so I have things set up where clients are accessing from their location, I'm accessing from my location, and kind of wherever we are, I can get access to it.
Yeah.
So I guess those are the kind of the three big tools that I use.
Yeah, cool. And so they allow you to remain virtual, or
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Well, Jeff, thanks for being with us on the In the Trenches, man. I appreciate you encouraging us from your firm.
Oh no, thanks for having me, Jason. I
All right.
appreciate the opportunity.
Sure, man.